I'm Nirbhuy, Arun. I'm from Richland, Washington State, and today I'm presenting the robotic companion for the elderly. So I really uh, thank the Global Innovation Field Trip for providing this opportunity. And I'm so found a problem that in 2014, 27,000 elderly people died because of falls, well, specifically in the US. But in broader perspective, uh, 2.8 million or more had had a fatal injury, and that's why they received treatments in the ER. Uh, so at the bottom you see a graph here, and from 2017 to 2016, um, um, 30% of falls have increased. Now, if in 2030 the pattern continues like this at same rates of time, let's imagine that there's like a nine year in 30 in 9 years 30% increase from 2007 to 2016, and then you'd end up, if this happens, from 2016 all the way 9 more years to 2025. If from 2016 to 2007 to 2025, but it would be 60% increase. And if this pattern kept going on and on, then in 2030 there would be 7 fall related death rates in an hour. So we had a project objective, and it was to build a device and design a device that can sense an elderly person with the help of an ultrasonic sensor, can alert the person by saying one small stop and watch your step, and it can move and guide the elderly person. So with the alerting, the elderly person can remember to walk carefully. So we found out that our product was really unique because other products in the market are really reactive, which means in the sense that they would come to the rescue when there's a problem. But our model reacts and says one small stop and watch your steps prevent in the first place. So wait a minute. So the judges gave some comments about in the Global Innovation Field Trip. Many judges gave us comments about, and not only comments, but things to improve on. Uh, and it was excellent. So, so first feedback was that there are many robotic companions. How would your model not make the people, or the people who are standing behind, or the elderly person, get in the way of another companion in a nursing home or a senior care center? So, uh, first thing is they can follow the rule of keeping right in the hallway, and there's also a solution present in in our model for this problem, which is as the person approaches more closer to the robotic companion, the companion starts speeding up. This way, it won't be a tripping hazard, and it will also wait when the elderly people are walking slow and decelerating. Oh, so what the judges said is that it was a really good idea to add water sensors in the future. I like that. Uh, so there is a solution for that. So, oh, so actually, in the current design, it's our base model, and we met our objectives, but there were higher trims, like putting a water level sensor, but the addition can make the model's price high if people wanted to buy our model. As a marketing economics perspective. Okay. So the judges said, what about the people who had auditory issues and people who couldn't hear properly? Um, so well, the volume could be controlled as one part, and another idea could be that there could be LED lights or an LCD display, either one works, digitally showing the words that are needed to alert the elderly person. So another question for the judge that the judges asked was, will the device really react as quickly so that the person so that if a person changes the direction, would it still senses and quickly pass the person so that you can guide them. So, well, apparently, yes, because as we can recall, as the distance between the person who's walking and our model um, gets less. As that happens, the speed of the model increases. So, but we can add extra ultrasonic sensors which can measure the distance between the person and the device so that if a person wanted to pass it, it would notice that the companion should react immediately. But now, right. Um. Oh. Oh. Okay. Which slide was I supposed to be? Uh. Wait a minute. Where was I? Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, right. So, next question for the judge was that um, more than could more than one device end up following a single person. So, imagine that um, there was a person standing right here and two robots were sensing. And so the thing is, uh, um, if we did decide to add sensors in front of the companion, then apparently that would be a problem. But for now, people are in the back of the companion, and the companion is actually uh, guiding the person forward. So um, that that wouldn't be much of a problem. Uh, but yeah, that was a good question. It was a really good question because there wasn't ultrasonic sensors. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. So, well, so one other question was, can you increase distances between the person and the device? And for them, in photos, it seemed really close. The thing is that and, due to the fact that the moment. So okay. So so it seemed for them to be really close, and so the distance can be varied through code. That's one thing. And in future, what we go, there's a distance range, and we can vary it by code or do some other app that could make it happen the way it should. Okay. So so there's this final design again, coming to the fact that there are two ultrasonic sensors, amplifiers, speakers, 12-volt batteries, a 9-volt battery, DC motors, 2H bridge, and Arduinos. So it's very simple. The process. Just turn the switch on, which is it's right here. It's right here. If you press it, it works. Unfortunately, there's no battery. But so you just turn on the switch, go behind the device, and then the model will guide you through. Sorry. So now, time for acknowledgements. We really thank the Global Innovation Field Trip for really giving us an opportunity to really present our learnings of the robotic companion for the elderly. Thank you so much. Any questions?
Well, thank you. It seems that you are quite a senior engineer rather than a student. So may I ask, how old are you?
Do you have a question? So what's the question?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So how old are you?
8 years old.
Oh, really? You are so seniors and you know so much about the mechanism and engineering. Congratulations. You are a really great designer and inventor. So but I'm quite curious that my question is, how did you find out the problem, this falling problem for the elder people? Do you have, for example, grandpa or grandma had this issue? Or how did you find this problem so that you want to solve that?
Well, first of all, it all started with a summer project where I was experimenting with all these types of electronics while in certain news, and it told that it was a fatal problem, that falls were deep. And then I really wanted to look into falls. So we researched, and we found we found resources from CDC, from the news articles about the death rate patterns and how it's really increasing So, so the thing is, if you wanted to, with the present information that you have, you can also find how many fall rates, how much fall rates there were in 2007. You can directly find that because you can take 30% of what was now and subtract it to what was there before, which is 30% less fall rates from 2016 to 2007.
Yeah. And just the last month, one of my aunt just fell down and she broke his bones on the hand bones. Yeah, just the last month. It just happened a couple of days before. So it is really a great issue, and your invention is really, really important to elder people.
Thank you so much.
And how long does it take you to make this invention?
Probably 4 to 5 months, I think. And not exactly sure, but I have a thought about it. I think 3 to 5 months, yeah, between the range, yeah.
And do you plan to take more time or to take some time to improve that in future?
Yes, based on the judges' feedback, we are trying to put water level sensors, but problem is that the water level sensor doesn't get the teeniest bit of water because, but the thing is, we have a scope here that we can slant the water level sensor. We can slant it like this like from 0, like 23 to 30-degree angle, like this. We can slant it right just like that, and it's all right. Even if the water level sensor gets the measurement really high, because any amount of water, the companion has to take other routes because more than hitting objects, the main problem is water. It spills with water. Most of the injuries that are not fatal, those are the ones with objects. But if we add the water level sensor like this, it can take a different route. The Arduino will have to know coordinates in like GPS coordinates, so that it can take another path around, or you can use machine learning. Next thing in the next step, which is introduce this companion all throughout the senior care center. Give it lots of facts all around, and then with all the training, the machine learning, the training, then we can allow it to go any way it can go.
Yeah, and you mentioned about the GPS system, and I remember that I used to work for another satellite system, that navigation system, and the project you might be very interested. That is, you know that GPS can detect where you are, right? The position. And if you are in a building, or if these old people is in the building, for example, second floor or third floor, and he may fall, he may fall, right? And how can you know that which floor he is in? So that means we not only need to know the position, but also know the height of this, which level or which floor this person is in. So we are involved in that research before, and I think that might be useful for your project, because you can tell people where this people exactly is, not only the position, but also know which floor this people is in.
Yeah.
That might be useful.
Yes, it is useful, very useful. So another thing, as an individual, what another really key risk for falls is the staircase. It's the big problem. So if our companion was able to climb up a stairwell, it can see the height, the position, any type of GPS coordinate. It should have that capability, even to detect that it has gone 6 inches higher using the model has gone 6 inches higher because it has taken a step. So
Yeah.
it's really important, and I think your research would be really helpful there.
You are such a great researcher.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would love to hear more, but it seems that my session, my hosting session is end, and really nice to see you. And if you want, you can still stay here. And welcome back, Judy.
Thank you.
And yeah, so now Judy, it's your time, and I'm going to leave. And everyone, goodbye.
Thank you, Ting. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Nirbhuy, I didn't get to see everything because I was off in a different session with some judges. So, but I caught the end of your presentation. It looked good as usual. Is it bedtime?
Oh, not for me yet. No, it's not.
What time do you go to bed?
9:30, 10.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, I have two choices. My next presenter has not shown up, and I have a video that I can play for like 25 minutes that has a couple interesting people talking about how to build prototypes, or you and I can keep talking. It's up to you. If you feel like you have to go to bed, or you're too tired, or you need to go somewhere, then I can play my video. But otherwise, I always enjoy talking to you. So we could talk for a little while, and they may show up, and then we'll stop talking. So I'm kind of interested in what you're thinking. I know that people watching this probably don't know this, but in addition to being a long-time innovator, Nirbhuy is also now a podcaster. He podcasts with the Innovation World Young Collaborators podcast, and he's had one podcast so far, but he's thinking about who he's going to podcast with next. Now, your first podcast was with Mr. Steele, John Steele.
Yes.
And John, what does John do for a living?
Well, he's the professor of the exact history of the antiquity in Babylonian astronomy for as a professor in Brown University.
Now, how did you meet him? What led you to meeting him before?
What's that?
You met him. How did that happen? Oops, you froze. Yeah, you were frozen. You were frozen for about 30 seconds. I was asking you how you came to meet John Steele.
Oh, it's a young scholar presentation a series and all these young brilliant minds came to me.
What is so funny?
The thing is, number one, I'm not laughing.
Oh, you're not laughing. That's not laughing, huh? Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. So in that summit, in that presentation, so the series has all these sorts of things: AI, stem cells, astronomy, math, whatever, and even the history of food. To be honest,
The history of what?
food, even that, and even biotech, even that, yeah.
So
many, and so I was really interested about math, first of all. And what Babylonian astronomy was is that there was which in a Middle Eastern country there was this a civilization called the Babylonian civilization, and what they did in their way of astronomy was that they kept rocks, simply rocks. It all started with rocks. And what they did is that they started engraving all these types of interesting equations onto rocks.
because they had no paper.
Obviously, yeah, because it was the oldest science ever in the world. So, so that's why, and so I am a math person, totally a math person, a
Yeah.
math, physics, electronics person. That's why I came to John Steele. What in one slide of his presentation, he put a sequence of many numbers, many numbers. And I asked him a question on the day of the podcast, and actually the day of that presentation actually. On the day of his presentation, what happened is that what sequence was there between between all the numbers? What pattern was that? And he said it's just complicated, just way complicated. And he told that because we are running out of time at that time. So that's why I came for a podcast. Just to it all started.
You wanted him to finish that question, so you invited him to a podcast.
Because
Great idea.
because if for math, if there's not if there is very ambiguous answers, I go behind it. I chase it. And I don't stop chasing it until the end. That's like
I can see that as one of your characteristics, that you can't stop chasing it. I get that. So
yeah.
So what kind of person do you want to do a podcast with next?
So there's this podcast, this presentation series. Next person, I met him in person. He was from California. In California, from Stanford University. Next guy.
That's the next guy that you want to podcast with?
He's a stem cell guy, and what he truly inspired me.
Truly. What's his name? Do you mind telling me his name?
Yeah. His name is Kyle, I think.
Why is he so inspiring?
First of all, he told me everything about the liver. Oh my goodness. He showed me this mind-blowing image of this liver. A liver. and what he showed was viruses, apparently. Yeah. He showed us dangerous viruses. The thing is, he showed us this type of thing. It's called the Ebola virus, and yeah, I don't remember the percentage. I think it's 4,459 over 100%. I think. Yeah. That's the number.
That's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
No, I wasn't gonna say that. You are far smarter than me, Nirbhuy.
It's called the Ebola virus, and other one is called the Nipah virus. Two, it's called BSL4 viruses.
So have you met this man?
Yeah, in person.
Okay, you already met him.
Yes.
And so have you asked him about a podcast yet?
What's that?
Have you asked him if he's going to be your podcast guest?
Not yet. But what was really silly was that what was really silly was that what happened is that all the kids who were also meeting him were actually what they were doing is that they deviated his subject of talking about the liver all the way to talking about the brain.
About what?
The brain, about the mouse's brain. About the mouse brain and how stem cells sometimes what happened to them was that they had conditions and these medicines made up of stem cells. So what happened is that in stem cells there had to be a total equilibrium balance between was that how much virus was injected inside the antibody and how much was it diluted. So they use stem cells to make vaccines. And oh my God, he flew. He always flew from California to he shuttled every few weeks from California to New York, California, New York. And in California, he had his BSL-4 lab or bio safety lab number biosafety lab 4. So that was in California. And the reason why it was in California and not in the conundrum of New York every day is because what happened is that they always need to get my water. It's there.
Okay.
Okay.
Taking a water break, Julie.
Oh, yeah, he needs one.
The reason is because in very, very desolate places, it's the people did that because no one wouldn't get affected by the viruses that was stored in cold to minus 250 degrees centigrade cold nitrogen. I can't believe it. What they were doing is that they kept this gloves.
I can't see your face anymore, Sid. I can't see your face.
They were medical gloves. They used to touch all these what's that? They used to touch all these types of virus containers in minus 253 nitrogen. Cryogenic, I think that is yeah, cryogenic preservation. Yeah, I did that.
Amazing. I have a question for you.
What's that?
So I would say when you're a grown up, but it's not going to take till you're grown up. Let's say you're 8 right now. Let's say when you're 16, what are young kids going to be going, oh my gosh, we want to talk to that boy named Nirbhuy Arun. He is famous for what? Something. What is it gonna be when you're 16? What are you gonna be well known for? Because it's gonna be something.
Okay.
What are kids gonna want to call you and ask you to be their guest on their podcast for?
It's that the thing is that I got a really good passion for math to develop my adeptness in physics. Truth is, that's blind truth. That's total blind truth. I love math because I really wanna, but because my true passion is physics. And with physics, I can achieve stem cells. So it's this chain, but it's going to land in physics or stem cells. And math or math.
Or both. It's okay to have more than one specialty, right? With that, you have more opportunity to make grand discoveries because you're not just thinking inside your one skill set. If you have a lot of different skill sets, you're thinking more broadly, and that's the way you have to be able to think. I think anyway that will help you have specializing in more than one thing.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm just excited I'll be able to tell people I know him. Well, I knew him when he was 8. Just don't forget when I call to ask you to be my podcast guest when you're 16 years old and you're famous for physics and math already. Don't forget to say yes, of course, I'll be your guest.
Yes.
Don't forget us little people nearby.
Thank you. Yes, I'll remember.
What's waiting on your desk to be created next? Not what you're already working on, but what's been bugging your brain saying, I need to start something new.
Other than the robotic companion?
Yeah,
Oh,
you're already working on that, right? Or is that something new?
well, the thing is, the robotic companion is the most basic of the most basic all-terrain vehicle. But what I'm looking for is developing things that are proving to real industrial engineers that you have this feasible path. You have to convince the industrial engineers. You have this feasible, really simple path that you can use to achieve something that most engineers think that can only be accomplished in 20 to 30 years.
Huh.
That's the goal of the invention.
Do you like sci-fi shows?
Yeah.
Do you watch those sci-fi shows, any of those, and go, oh, I can make that now? You know, all these things. If you watch some of the really old ones, some of the things that were the futuristic inventions that they showed on the show that were part of their dialogue of the show are things that exist today. So do you ever watch these shows and go, oh yeah, I can make that. I can make that real.
I like those movies. I've just not seen it for a while. That's the thing.
What movie?
But a clip in the Matrix was the last one I saw. A trailer.
Yeah.
Really, really small trailer.
Was it one of the original Matrix movies you're talking about?
What's that? Original? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have some new Matrix out, do they?
Yeah.
Huh.
I've not seen all these creation parts, but I have seen the part where they do all this scientific talk. But one thing is the spoon one. The spoon, you can twist the twisting spoon. Don't bend the spoon. The spoon never exists.
You got it all figured out, don't you?
Yeah. Yes. It's really ambiguous type of thing.
So what's on your desk after the companion, the robot companion? Because you've been working on that one for quite a while. What's next up?
Wait a minute. We have been doing a project, but yeah, it is. We are doing it right now, but it also has something to do really unique here.
I know. I have a project for you.
Yeah.
I have mentioned this. Do you play with drones at all?
Wait a minute. The next project is regarding drones.
Oh, well, when you get tired of doing your drone project, here's a drone project I've been asking somebody to invent for me. We have two dogs all of the time, and sometimes we have 3 or 4 dogs here if my daughters bring their dogs over. I don't like cleaning up dog poop. I want, you know how they have those Zumbas in the house? I either want a Zumba that can go outside and clean up my dog poo, or I want to just, when the dog's out there, I want my little remote controlled drone to go pick it up and put it in whatever it is we decide to put it in. Why not? Why do I have to go out and clean up dog poop when we can have a mechanical device like a robot companion clean up my dog poop for me?
I'll tell you, it's a great invention, but
I will let you do it.
However, I would like to tell you that it's already available in the market.
What is? Which thing?
a robot that's able to clean up dog poop.
I saw one online that was in prototype stage. It was like $4,000. Well, it's not worth that. So do they, if you know of something else that's already on the market that's not $4,000, send me a link later on, okay?
Okay.
All right. Very good. Very good. Well, so what was your plan to do? Wasn't cleaning up dog poop, but what is your drone plan?
Um, the thing is, it's that in drones, in agriculture, the problem is that when they're seeing temperature of a plant, the accuracy is slightly dropping because of the rotors. The problem is that the rotors are spinning really, really fast, and it's disturbing the accuracy of the what's that called? Oh, humidity sensor. What I used to the humidifier project, the same, same humidity sensor.
Yeah.
So, the project is to build a drone that has none of the disturbance and can immediately in the URL of a computer post the measurements and for any person.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I have asked for you here. So if you know any drone companies in Washington State, please let us know. We would like to go and have a field trip to see the drones.
All right.
Yeah. If you know any drones company. I'm trying to find out and nothing in my area here.
I'm trying to write to the people who are supposed to come up next nearby, in case you're wondering what I'm doing. Okay. Well, Nirbhuy, you managed to keep me occupied for that entire missing person. I knew you could do it. I knew you wouldn't want me to start a recording. So I want to thank you for spending this extra time with me and for helping me to find my dog poop cleaner upper. I look forward to that email soon. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you, Julie. Bye.
Bye, Sid. Bye, Sai.